Who did your ex-wife side with?
She sided with me because we were, like I said, we were getting back together, and she knew. I guess I didn't know this because I didn't know this gentleman, and it's actually still current wife. We never went through with a divorce because we were in the process of
Oh, wow.
doing it, and when that happened, obviously I wasn't putting no more money into that. It was all going into this. So we're actually still together, as a matter of fact. So just to throw that out there, but yeah, she knew that his tendencies could get a little out there, and so she was trying to tell them like, look, I don't know what happened in that case. She wasn't. We were the only two people there, but she said I don't know what happened in there. But she said I do know my husband wouldn't hurt nobody unless he absolutely had to.
Mm.
So she had my back 100%. As a matter of fact, when it came time to talk about money and how much this case was going to cost, there was like it's $50,000 to take the case, and then another $15,000 for retainers and this, that, and the other. And she pulled out 2 credit cards and charged up 30 grand.
Wow.
No questions
That's a
asked.
real one right there.
Yeah, and that's, to me, people might say, well, you wouldn't be in a situation with her. Look, I was the one that wanted to break up. I had some things going on. I had lost a friend, who had unalived himself. I was going through a lot. I thought that was the answer, and I was wrong. So I don't blame her for moving on. Like, we were both seeing, nobody cheated. We were both openly seeing other people. We just decided to reconcile. So I don't blame her for any of this at all. How many times in the spotlight you see, J-Lo and Ben Affleck? They were together a long time ago.
Mm.
She left A-Rod, went back to him. I mean, it happens. People break up, they get back together. It happens all the time.
Yeah. I love that, man. So how long were you actually in prison for?
So I was only in jail for 2 days. So I had to go. I was supposed to go Wednesday. When I went and met with the lawyer, the stroke that he had with a phone call, he got it pushed back to Sunday.
Mm.
So now it's been a week since the incident. So I go in on Sunday. I caught a huge break because on a murder case like that, you can't get seen by a magistrate. You got to get seen by the circuit court. So the circuit court rotates county to county.
Mm.
They just happen to be in my county that week. And so he said, typically I don't even like trying to get bond for my clients right off the bat. He's like, but in this case, I believe we got a strong argument. So we had bond Monday. They approved it, and I got out on Tuesday.
Wow.
So I really only had to do slightly over 2 days.
Not bad.
Yeah, all things considered, not bad. And then I get out, and I go back to work, and wouldn't you know it, work fires me. 14 years with the company, not guilty of anything, only charged, and they fire me as soon as I get out. And so that's why I had a gentleman outside I was speaking with. He was like, how did you deal with it mentally, knowing that you had to make that decision and it resulted in a life being taken? And I was like, I didn't have time to deal with that one thing because you had that happen. Then I find out I go to give a statement the next day. Then I find out I'm being arrested. Now that I find out I'm being arrested, I'm looking for a lawyer. Now I'm worried about bond. I get bond. I get out. As soon as I get out, now I ain't got a job. Now I got to find a job. While I'm finding a job, we got to figure out how to fight this case. I never really had a chance to go back and deal with that one incident.